Are you getting ready to pick up the phone and call a program officer, but are not quite sure what to say? You've read their guidelines on their webpage, you've gone through some of the basic information in your grant research, you look like a good match, but are not quite sure. This is going to be a role play for you to help you determine what you should ask, what you might expect to be asked from a program officer. So just getting your feet wet with calling foundation officers for the first time. So Mandy and I are here together. We're going to do a little bit of role playing today. I'm going to be a local nonprofit that is calling into a foundation to say, are we a good match? Does our program align with your priorities? And this is what you might expect that conversation to sound like. So we'll say, ring, ring.
Good afternoon, Smith Foundation.
Yes, my name is Marie Palacios. I am with Opening Doors. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today?
My name is Mandy.
Mandy, I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to reach out and see if I could speak to a program officer that might be able to help me regarding the upcoming grant cycle. Answer a few questions.
Absolutely. I can help you with those questions. What can I help you with?
Wonderful. Well, as I mentioned, I'm with Opening Doors Nonprofit. We offer after-school programming here in the community. And in my grant research, I ran across the Smith Foundation, and on paper, it looks like our priorities align perfectly. And I would love to be able to submit a proposal in your upcoming grant cycle, but just wanted to make sure that we really are as a good a fit as we appear to be on paper. So just wanted to ask you a few questions.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so we run an after-school program in the Viewmont area of town, and we have about 150 children in the program. I'm looking at two different proposals. One would be to offset the staff and to really help get those tutors in place. And the second is more project-based. It's to get in some technology in our after-school program, help that will be used both for the children, but also for their parents who will be doing computer literacy classes and GD, ESL type things. And I wasn't sure which of those two projects seems like it better aligns with your current priorities.
The foundation and the board typically like to fund things that help the overall capacity of an organization and not just a one-time need. And while I understand that staff are an ongoing need in any program, I think that they would be more inclined to support the technology needs because they could be used across the board and with your staff and those that you support. Tell me a little bit about what that cost looks like and when you're hoping for that project to get started.
Absolutely. We want to build a small computer lab, anywhere from 8 to 10 computers. We figure by the time we get some reasonable refurbished computers, get the software on, it's going to run about $1,000 to $1,200 per computer. We've been blessed to have some in-kind support, and we have a volunteer that's willing to donate their technical support time to set those up for us. So 10 computers, we're looking at about approximately $25,000 at the end of the day to get that up and running. And you know, we expect those computers to be serviceable for at least 5 years and current with regular updates.
Okay. 25,000 seems like a reasonable request based on what the board has supported in the past. Obviously, I can't guarantee that they would fund that or fund it at 100%, but I think it would be reasonable, especially if you have some in-kind support to leverage or other dollars that you can show in your budget. I would encourage you to have a budget narrative that explains how you're going to use each line item and get your report in early. So if we have additional questions before the board meets, we can reach out to you. Our board will meet in about 2 months. So if you could get that in sometime in the middle of next month, that would be really helpful. And if you have additional questions, I can answer them now, but you're also welcome to email me with additional questions later.
So just 2 more quick questions. Do you expect in the budget line item for us to know exactly which computer and the cost, or can we just kind of average guess it out just for the purpose of the proposal? Or do you expect us to know the model and the exact cost of the software? What is your recommendation on the budgeting process?
I don't think the board is going to look for the details of the specific models, but I think that they would be looking for real estimates, not guesstimates. If someone called and said, what did you base this on? I would want you to have an answer for that, but I don't think you need to say exactly what you're going to purchase in the budget.
So if we happen to get awarded for that $25,000, but we get a couple of those in hand, can we cover that cost retroactively?
We require that you spend the dollars after they're received. We do ask for copies of your receipts when you do your final reports to the foundation. So you would not need to show us that you had purchased stuff before the dollars had been awarded. You may reach out to us and ask if you can use those dollars towards an additional part of the project should you happen to find funding and support before our dollars came in hand. But I would encourage you to reach out to me or someone here at the foundation to ask that question if you are blessed in that way.
Okay, so it sounds like it's never a good idea to try to use grant dollars retroactively. That's a really good clarification. I appreciate that, and appreciate all your time today, and look forward to getting a proposal on your desk in the upcoming month.
Great, I'll be looking for it. Thanks for calling. So there's some really important things to notice that we mentioned in this conversation of role play. One is most foundations want you to spend the dollars after you have them in hand, not before. And you will definitely want to clarify that with a program officer if you feel like you may secure some dollars beforehand, before their dollars would come in the mail. And some foundations actually do ask for receipts with their final reports, and they will look at the dates that things were purchased. So keep that in mind as you plan for who you're going to ask and when you're going to ask and how much you're going to ask, so that you can have dollars in hand for the project, not too many far ahead and not too many late in the project. And please feel free to join us for some additional items on this playlist if you have other specific topics you want to talk with foundations about regarding your grants.